The deserts of the Middle East are burning. American warships cut through the Persian Gulf. Fighter jets scream through foreign skies. And on the ground, in bases scattered across hostile territory, United States soldiers are dying. But the question that haunts the Pentagon, the question that keeps strategists awake in the small hours of the night, is not simply about Iran, it is about Moscow. Who is really pulling the strings? When an Iranian drone finds its mark with surgical precision, when a missile strikes the exact coordinates of a classified American position, whose finger is truly on the trigger? Because what we are witnessing is not just another Middle East conflict. This is something far more dangerous. This is a nuclear-armed superpower, Vladimir Putin's Russia, waging a shadow war against the United States without ever firing a single shot from its own guns. And the battlefield is Iran. Let us take you inside the intelligence sharing that has Washington reeling. According to senior American officials who have spoken with news outlets including PBS and CNN, since the very first days of this conflict, Russia has opened a direct intelligence pipeline to Tehran. We are not talking about vague diplomatic warnings. We are talking about real-time, actionable data. We are talking about satellite imagery so sharp, so precise, that it can track the movement of American troops as they breathe. Imagine the scene inside a Russian command center. Analysts pore over high-resolution images from Moscow's most sophisticated satellites. They trace the path of a United States warship as it cuts through the Gulf. They pinpoint the location of an American aircraft as it touches down on a foreign runway. And then, with the cold efficiency of a transaction, they hand those coordinates to Iran. Why would Russia do this? Is it friendship with Iran? Is it ideology? No. This is payback. This is Vladimir Putin looking at the American weapons flowing into Ukraine and deciding that if Washington wants to fight Russia to the last Ukrainian, then Moscow will fight America to the last Iranian. A U.S. official familiar with the intelligence put it bluntly, saying, and these words should chill you to the bone, quote, "This shows Russia still likes Iran very much. But liking Iran is not the point. Hurting the United States is the point." And the results of this alliance? They are written in blood and twisted metal. Look at what has happened on the ground since this intelligence sharing began. In Kuwait, an Iranian drone slammed into a facility housing American troops. 6 service members killed. 6 families shattered. The official report calls it a strike on a makeshift facility. But intelligence sources whisper that this was not a lucky guess. This was a target, its coordinates confirmed by Russian eyes in the sky. Or consider the American embassy in Saudi Arabia. Not just any building, but a compound so secure it houses a CIA station. An Iranian drone found it. The strike was so precise that parts of the embassy are now assessed as unfit for use, with the CIA's internal facility suffering a direct hit that left it unable to be repaired. Think about that for a moment. The Central Intelligence Agency, the tip of the American spear, driven out of its own station because a Russian satellite told an Iranian drone exactly where to go. Across the region, American air defense radars are going dark. In Jordan, a radar site servicing a THAAD battery, one of the most advanced defensive systems on the planet, was struck. In the United Arab Emirates, radar systems were hit. The U.S. military is not blind, but Russia and Iran are working tirelessly to make it so. But it is not just the intelligence itself. It is the sophistication. It is the tactics. Listen to the words of British Defense Secretary John Healey. He recently warned that Iran's attacks now bear the unmistakable fingerprint of Russian doctrine. The way the drones are launched in waves, designed to overwhelm air defenses, the way they fly low to evade radar, the way they seek out the precise vulnerabilities in a base's perimeter. Healey called it Putin's hidden hand, and he is right. Iran has been a loyal customer of Russian military technology for years, supplying the Shahed drones that terrorize Ukrainian cities. But now the transaction has reversed. Now Russia is the supplier, not just of hardware, but of knowledge. They are teaching the Iranians how to fight America using the brutal lessons they learned in the fields of Ukraine. One Iranian attack on a base in northern Iraq, where British troops are stationed, was described by Western officials as using methods Russian forces refined in their own war. This is a live-fire laboratory. Russia gets to test its theories against the American military without risking a single Russian conscript. And you have to ask, is Vladimir Putin sitting in the Kremlin, watching this unfold and smiling? Because this war is a gift to Moscow on multiple levels. Let's talk about money first. War drives up oil prices. It is an ugly truth, but it is a truth. Every time a refinery burns in the Middle East or a tanker is forced to reroute, the price of a barrel of crude ticks upward, and Russia is one of the world's largest energy exporters. In just the 2 weeks since this conflict escalated, Russia has earned an estimated 6 billion euros from fossil fuel exports. That is over 600 million euros more than they made in February. The blood of American soldiers is quite literally funding Vladimir Putin's war machine. Every drone strike that finds its mark sends a little more money flowing to Moscow. But the benefits go beyond cash. Look at the diplomatic calendar. A new round of peace talks regarding Ukraine was supposed to happen. High-level negotiations aimed at ending the grinding war in Europe. They have been postponed, delayed. Why? Because Washington's focus, the world's focus, is now on the firestorm in the Middle East. Putin has successfully used Iran as a diversion. While the world watches the missiles fly over Jerusalem and Tehran, Russia is quietly consolidating its gains in Ukraine, rebuilding its forces, and watching its geopolitical rivals bleed each other dry. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi recently sat down with NBC News, and when asked about the Russian partnership, he did not deny it. He did not flinch. He said, quote, "It is not a secret." He said the strategic partnership has existed for years and that Russia is helping Iran in many different directions. Many different directions. What does that include? What are we not seeing? Analysts point to the emergence of what they call an anti-Western alignment. Russia, Iran, and even China are drawing closer together. China is watching this conflict carefully. They rely on Gulf oil. They do not want chaos, but they also see an opportunity to watch the United States bogged down in another Middle Eastern quagmire while they build their own sphere of influence. One source familiar with American intelligence reports suggested that China may be preparing to provide Iran with financial assistance, spare parts, and even missile components. They are being cautious for now because they need the oil to flow, but make no mistake, Beijing is watching, and they are learning from Moscow's playbook. Some in Washington try to downplay this threat. The White House press secretary stands at the podium and insists that American forces are decimating the Iranian military, that the Russian intelligence is not making a difference. The Secretary of Defense waves it away, saying Russia is not really a factor. But if Russia is not a factor, then why are American radar sites smoking? If Russian intelligence is not making a difference, then why are American soldiers coming home in flag-draped coffins? The truth is that Iran has a critical weakness. They do not have a robust military satellite network of their own. They fly blind without help, and Russia, despite its own limitations, has capabilities that Iran desperately needs. But here is the most terrifying part of this equation. This is a game of chicken played by nuclear powers. Vladimir Putin is betting that he can bleed the United States in the Middle East without triggering a direct confrontation. He is betting that Washington is too divided, too distracted, too war-weary to retaliate against Moscow itself. And so far, he is winning. The Kremlin issues statements calling for a ceasefire. They use diplomatic language about unprovoked acts of aggression. They pretend to be a voice of reason while their satellites guide Iranian drones to their targets. It is the most sophisticated deception operation of the 21st century. And the question that hangs in the air, the question no one in Washington wants to answer, is this. What happens when an Iranian missile, guided by Russian coordinates, sinks an American warship? What happens when a United States aircraft carrier burns because Vladimir Putin decided to share a satellite photo? Stay tuned, stay updated, and thank you guys for watching the video.